Okay, Satini, Johan, Gunachi, Shatya Ade. Good to see you all. Thank you for coming back. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our slides and we'll get started. So we have a lot to cover today. Today is week 4, day 3 of our class, Friday, February 3rd. And we're excited to continue our cultural discussions for these Friday sessions. Today we'll continue talking about traditional Lingit foods. And so last week we were able to talk about vitamins A, D, E, and K. And so we'll continue that today with vitamins B and C. And then we'll cover calcium, iron, protein. So we do have a lot to cover today. Aksani Keek is a wealth of knowledge about vitamins and minerals found in Tlingit foods. So since we will be covering so much, if you do have questions along the way, we would ask that you write them down and we'll make space for you to ask those questions on Tuesday during our discussion in class. We might not have time to answer them today, so if you could just go ahead and write them down. And we'll go ahead and open up our notes from last Friday. If you don't have them, go ahead and copy the links I'm about to share with you. So we have the Lingit Foods list, which Shaksani Keek has compiled and shared with us. I'm going to paste it in the chat. And if you open it up, it'll look like this. So you click the link. What you'll be able to do is just view it. So if you want to make an editable copy, go ahead and open it up. And then at the top of your document, there's a menu for file. So go ahead and click file. Scroll down to make a copy. And then title it as you would like and select make a copy. It'll open it up in a separate tab for you. And in the separate tab, you should be able to edit it and type as you like. So I would add your name in the title. And this will save on your Google Drive. Last week we did, so this one doesn't have notes added to it. Last week we did take notes on some of the vitamins. And so if you weren't able to come, I'll share my copy with you. And same thing, I'll copy the link, put it in the chat. And same thing, you can open it up, make a copy, and that way you have your own working list with your own notes on it. So we'll be taking notes while Shaksani Keek shares today. Are there any questions about getting your notes opened up? Okay. If not, we'll go ahead and get started with Shaksani Keek.
Yeah, we went over some vitamins already, and it looks like we absolutely do not lack any food with vitamin A because it seems to appear in a lot of the foods we eat. I'll have to ask you to forgive me because usually when I do this presentation, I have a lot of notes to look at, but now I can't look at anything. So I'm trying to do it from memory. So if you want to quickly, because we need to finish up on A, some of the things we didn't talk about was where else it appears. And on the list, I think, do I have crabs? Yeah. Dungeness has a lot of A. And no, king crabs
mm,
has a lot of A. Dungeness also has A.
mm.
Uh, clams and I don't know what else I had.
Mussels, you have cockles, mussels, gumboots, shrimp.
Do I have mushrooms?
Um,
Mussels?
yeah, you have mussels.
Yeah. I don't have much experience with mussels, so gumboots. Those of you that eat gumboots, you know what color it is, don't you?
Kind of like orange.
Orange, yeah. So you know what kind of vitamins it has in it. Once you peel off the skin that is very thin, and the meat is very, very orange. So you know what kind of vitamins that has. Then let's go to the berries. I think we did a lot of the berries, but there was some that we didn't touch on. And there's some berries that we eat that uh, are unusual. I think one of them is called uh, I'm sorry, I forget in English what it's called. Alderberries.
Oh,
It does,
alder.
yeah, it doesn't grow here, but I know a secret place where it grows down by Seward. We went down there, and my son said, "Hey, look! Here's all these berries, and those are really an orange color,
Mm,
and they don't have much taste, and you can't eat it raw. It has to be cooked.
mm,
So the state warns people not to eat it because it's poisonous, but it's not because we eat it all the time. If you
mm,
cook it, make sure it's cooked. So berries also is orange.
mm,
And the other one is that's really important is cambium. It's the inside uh, of alderwood tree bark.
mm,
And we used to go in early April to get a tree, and I think my dad would pick it out in advance. So we get the tree, and what he would do is score the bottom of the tree with an axe, and then up and down the tree. So then my brothers would go and start pulling from the bottom and just peel the bark away. And my mom would be sitting with her little ulu uh, to get that cambium from my dad would kind of give her a piece of bark that was shaped like a tray.
mm,
And she would peel that into that and have another bark where she can start piling it. And it's bright orange,
mm,
carrot color, exactly. And so we were all real busy. My brothers would peel. My dad would go around with his hatchet and score it enough so that my brothers could peel till we finished peeling the whole tree. And our job as kids was to drag it over, and my dad would chop it up into squares so my mom can handle it. And we would carry those over to her so she could just stack it up, and she would take it and start getting the cambium from the inside. And it's very juicy and it's sweet.
mm,
So when we got really tired and need something to like to drink or something sweet, we just grab a small amount and chew on that while we were working. So it's really great. And once you finish the tree, the tree can't live without the bark. So we had to chop down the tree and clean it up and then take it to the beach and tow it home so we could have firewood. And but you don't get a whole lot of cambium from a whole tree, maybe like a bowl full. And my mom used to can those, and because of its vitamin A, it didn't. I don't think it hurt anything. With other berries, soap berries also is orange color, so it probably has. Even when you beat it up, it keeps the same color, and has would have a lot of vitamin A. The liver we talk about is from the deer. I think the liver from seal has too much iron, so it's probably not that good for you. But any of the dark meats have that. So did you notice nobody ever said, what about this? What about that? Did we cover most everything that was on the list?
There's also black bear, moose, sea cucumber.
Sea cucumber, my brother said was really, really tasty. I have no idea what it looks like, and I never tasted one. But if somebody knows, I can share. And I put the moose on the list because of the people that are on the mainland, like Haines and Yakutat and Wrangell. They do get moose. We don't on the islands. They don't travel there. They're beginning to migrate down there to the islands, I heard. Okay, so we finished that, and I want to go to the water soluble vitamin, which is B. And the B vitamins, there's really many. They made discovery after discovery after discovery to find all the different B vitamins, and there each vitamin B can be destroyed by too much oxygen and losing the water from the source. So vitamin B, when you start looking at the vitamin in the store, if you look at the complex of vitamin, it's B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8, B9, and B12. You have to have all of those vitamins. And what do they do? One of the main things I noticed was that it was responsible for keeping our nerves healthy. That was one of the main things for one of those vitamins. And I've talked to some people that say, oh, I put myself on a diet and I quit eating bread, cereal. And, but I'm so nervous, I can't hardly keep still. And that's what happens if you quit taking a vitamin B. you will start getting shaky and nervous. So be careful in planning a diet. Make sure that's one that is well established. The B vitamins are called the helper vitamins. It helps in so many different ways that I can't even go over them, because if I took B1, B2 all the way up to 12, it would take the rest of the day. But I guess I want to point out that the helper, or I tend to call it the feel-good vitamins, and it really does is important for that source. If you know somebody that really is an alcoholic and has problems with that, has probably destroyed much of the vitamin B in their bodies. And I think some doctors even advise alcoholics to take a vitamin B complex, because it does mostly referred to as a helper vitamin. What does it do? It helps it helps to protect your blood cells. It doesn't really do anything to make it or to develop it, but it kind of helps to keep things away that are not that good for your blood cells. It takes care of the B complex vitamins that are important to your good health, that comes from a lot of foods. There's a lot of foods that have it, fortunately. I was kind of discouraged when I looked at it, and I thought, there's no way we could have had this vitamin that is so important, because it comes mainly from vegetables, from cereals and breads and flour and those kind of items that you're required to have in your body. So these helper vitamins are continuously working and helping other nutrients that you're putting in your body by getting it to the right place. It protects certain nutrients from having too much oxygen. Sometimes the oxygen can kill some of the nutrients that you need for your body. So it's if you read up on the B vitamins, you will notice it says this vitamin helps. This vitamin helps. B2 helps. B3 helps, and they're helpers. They don't particularly do a lot of repair, but it does keep busy protecting you and make sure things are working right. So if we don't have bread and cereal and all that, how do we get it? Because we eat so much fish, things like that. But I think if you look on your list, I want you to mark down for the B vitamins, all of them from B to 12 in halibut. Halibut, and I think I had down red fish or codfish. Those kind of fishes have a lot of B vitamins in it, especially the halibut. It's kind of amazing. It also contains a lot of nutrients that are important, like that you need just a little bit of it, but it has it in its meat. So so when you eat halibut, you're getting a lot of good ingredients, especially the B vitamins. And I kind of suspect it's in duck, the flying birds, and cockles, codfish, and then the probably salmon berries. I would kind of think it would be in there, and maybe some of the more orange kind of berries that we have. We have so many berries. High bush cranberries, people don't really go for that, but it smells so good when you go in the woods. And the high bush, and then on the low bush, they didn't call it cranberries, but they called it tin. I think it's what it was called. We used to pick those, and it when you bite into it, it pops in your mouth like cranberries does. So I think some people here gather it. Let's see, what else do we have? It's possible that crab has, and shellfish also had B vitamins. Another vitamin, that was a quick overview. Oh, don't forget to mark liver and the dark meats for B vitamins. It has everything. If you haven't marked the liver, it has A, D, and E, and K, and B vitamins. We will go on to vitamin C. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin. In other words, you can destroy it with water. It leaches really quickly into water. So you have to be careful to protect it. Vitamin C, what it does in your body, the main job that it has is to protect you from infection. And I used to put vitamin C in my pocket, the chewable kind, when I had a sore throat or start to get something. It's better to use it when you first start to feel not so good. Chew on it, or anything that has vitamin C, because it's really, really important. It's so important. One of the things it does that's kind of interesting is if you had surgery or a huge scar of some kind, and the doctors, they look into it, it's full of vitamin C, your scar, because it has to protect that, because it is an opening to your body. So it's constantly working on that. Vitamin C works in protecting your heart, protecting your mouth. There used to be sailors that would not get vitamin C, being at sea for so long, that they would get what is called scurvy, and their teeth would fall out. And I guess it was really, really severe, till they found out that they needed to be on board with a whole bunch of lemons, so they could get that particular vitamin as they went along. And it's hard to save it because, like I said, it can be destroyed easily with oxygen and with water. So the special protection that you have from that is very easily lost and destroyed. If you have vitamins handy that you take, and you hear me talking about how it fights infection, if you do take a blood thinner prescription from your doctor, better have a discussion about it in regards to ingesting a lot of vitamin C pills. I would suggest that, because I think vitamin C tends to rob doesn't like it when your blood is thin. So it protects your blood cells, it protects your scars, but particularly it protects your eyes and your mouth. And it's a real protector for your heart, to keep things going and clean and working right. And so this is important for us, because it's interesting that foods with vitamin C is made more available in the winter. Grapefruit, oranges, lemons, all those foods like that contain a lot of vitamin C that you need during the winter. Ingesting any foods that have this is a lot better than taking the pills. I remember in class one time, the girl said, I don't like vegetables, so if I just take the vitamin A, is that going to be okay? And the instructor said, yeah, it's probably okay, but we still don't know everything that's in carrots or any of these vegetables that works together to make your body healthy. So supplements are nice if you can't get any other source, like we talked about the vitamin D3 that you need for absorbing calcium. Comes from the sun, and in Alaska that's kind of hard on us. If the sun is out, it's still too cold to show your skin. So remember that one of the important sources for that works in your body is it does help with your heart, and keeps your scars clean, and so that your body doesn't get invaded through the scars that you have. One of the things that I like to talk about is when we used to just go in the woods and pick berries, and my mom would give us these the work to pick the berries, and she taught me how to pick each berry by hand. When I just learned how to pick a lot of them, but the stores sell these gadgets where you can scoop up the berries as a scoop, but then you get everything else. You get berries, you get leaves, you get twigs. And also there is a method, like if you hold the branch over the bucket, and you can hit the top of the branches with a stick, and all the berries and everything else, the bugs and the twigs and the leaves and everything will be in there. So then this is taken home thinking, okay, it's pretty easy. You just add water and you scoop up the things that float and clean the berries. After you take the berries out of the water, then you throw out the water. So just be aware that in the amount of time that it took you to clean, the vitamin C probably leached into the water. So you're dumping out a lot of vitamin C. So you need to kind of give up those gadgets that helps you to get a lot of berries at a time. So just take your time and pick them clean. That's what, hardly any leaves when we finish picking the berries. So so be careful about just splashing water and cleaning up and throwing that out. So when you cook the berries, any of them up to a bee jam, you probably lost all the water-soluble vitamins, but the vitamins A and those fat-soluble ones are probably still in there to make jam or something. I'm trying to go through these as I can. I think, the other thing that vitamin C does is to help you if you have cancer. I think it's one of the helper kind of things that it does. It doesn't cure, but it is important to have. So just keep all these short little things that I'm telling you in mind, because it seems like every nutrient that is in there, and like I said, they haven't studied every single thing that it does yet. So just if you have to make a substitution because of living in Alaska with supplements, then do it according to the instructions. So I keep me advised on the time. I want to go to proteins.
Okay.
And
it's 12:37.
okay.
Yeah.
Protein is kind of interesting because the advertisements you hear is buy this protein and you can, it'll do this and that and everything. The actual truth about protein is only your body can make protein. They can't make it for you. So what are they talking about? The things that you eat that are like meat and the kind of foods that we talked about, all of them, um, has protein ability. There's what's called amino acids, and there's so many different kinds, but they have identified 12, what they call 12 essential amino acids. And the way I think about it is, I really don't know how the body works on it, but if it's like a comb with a handle and the teeth sticking down are the amino acids, you have to have 12 of them. There's all kinds of different amino acids in your body, but your body works on collecting because of repair and the work that it constantly does, like I mentioned at the beginning, that your body replaces your taste buds every 2 weeks completely. So that's not only the only thing it does, so it's constantly working. So you need that. And it collects these 12 essential amino acids to make protein. So sometimes what happens is you will ingest something that doesn't have all 12 amino acids. So the body's trying to collect the amino acid. It has a pile of them. Only one is missing, and your body can't go forward and try to make something out of it. It's not going to wait around and say, oh, let's wait and see if this person will eat the right thing. What they do is, okay, it's not here, so let's pack it up. So they store it right where you don't want it. It becomes fat. They're not going to throw out 11 amino acids because you didn't have the right ones. It'll keep it in storage in the fat. So if you're one of those people that likes to stand at the counter and eat peanut butter out of the jar, peanut butter lacks the one amino acid that you need. So all you're getting is fat. And that's why we say, okay, if you're going to eat peanut butter, put it on a cracker or on bread. That completes it. I think it's the same story with kidney beans. I love kidney beans. My mom used to cook up a pot and leave it on the stove so we can have whenever we want. But if you don't have bread or crackers or a little bit of meat in there, all you're getting is fat. So no wonder it was so good. All the different kinds of beans will have the same qualities. So make sure that if you do beans, make sure there's meat or have some kind of dinner rolls with it or something, so that it will be complete. Because your body constantly, continuously works to maintain everything. When you look at the pictures that we looked at the beginning with the men, I pointed out that they had really good hair and good skin, no sores in the eyes and no sores in the mouth or nose, straight limbs. They were tall. It was not because they planned their diet, but just because we just ate right. We just had so much food, and you didn't. My mom used to say, if somebody fixes food for you, just go ahead and eat it, even though it's something you don't really care for. So that rule applied to my parents' cooking. We just sat down and ate, and it was always really good. Everything they offered. So it was. We did all the important things. So protein, that our bodies make, is very important for growth. It protects maintains your body, and protects your heart. It seems like there's many things that kind of work together to do things that are concerned about your heart. So it's something that we probably need to pay attention to make sure that we get a good variety. If you don't have eat only native foods, then make sure you get a good variety of food, because it's really I'm just kind of astounded to realize how much work your body is doing while you're sleeping, and while you're eating, while you're working, while you're all these things that it just keeps working and trying to maintain everything to help you. All the other amino acids I never really studied, because they had all different jobs of little things that had to be done. But the 12 essential ones was really important in regards to making protein. And protein is important for your muscles, and so all the things that we mentioned. And I don't think we really lack, like vitamin A, we don't really lack the 12 essential vitamins. I mean, the 12 essential amino acids to make the right, because we just didn't have that much fat. And probably that tells everybody that all the hard work we have to do to put up the food for the winter. So that's protein. And somebody says, buy my bottle of pills. It's good protein. Your body makes protein. I don't know exactly how they can put it in a bottle. So, okay, protein. We're going to go to calcium. And calcium comes mostly from milk in today's world. And I think we all know that calcium is important for the bones. In the early days, before the white man came, the only milk that we had was mother's milk. So after the child is weaned, if the mother is careful, it should be about 2 or 3 years old before they give up milk. From then on, it's it's pretty rough going for getting calcium. And when I was giving a talk one time like this, this lady raised her hand and she said, "Why didn't you just milk the goats that are the mountain goats?" uh, That'd be kind of hard to trying to chase down a mountain goat every morning to get milk. My dad slid off the mountainside trying to chase a goat, so you can't get milk from them. We never thought of it. But when you look at the way we used to cook, calcium uh, uh, is is important for our bones. So it's also important for everything else, for the fish that we eat, the meat and different things uh, for building bones. And I think the way that we absorb it nowadays is through milk. One of my sons, I don't think will have any trouble with his getting his calcium because he really kind of overdoes with the milk. And that's kind of common today. Uh, the source of milk is everywhere. You get it at school, you get it when you go out, you get it in ice cream, you get it just everywhere. So it's it's fairly easy. But the interesting thing I found out about calcium is if uh, there's not too many sources to get it from, uh, your body's real careful to grab on to uh, any calcium, and it will it will get it from the foods that you eat. And one time I was talking to a butcher at the store, and he was advertising what was on sale. And he said, "Pot roast, ladies and gentlemen, it's really good, no bones or anything, just nice, good meat, you know." And everybody was rushing over it. And so I stood by him and I said, "I like the bones," I told him. "Yeah," he said, "that's good stuff." And I said, "You're selling everything boneless." And he said, "Yeah, we do." "What happens to all the bones?" He smiled and said, "The dogs get it." So they make money by robbing us of calcium in the meats, and they're feeding it to the dogs. And the thing that kind of strikes fear in me is that we're beginning to copy that. Uh, the deer meat, you cut away all the meats and can it and freeze it or whatever, and the bones are not used. The salmon that we eat, the backbone is cut out and thrown away. It used to be my mom would just put it in the chowder for the salmon. Also, another good source of calcium is in the fish head soup. So if you don't eat fish heads and you don't eat backbones, you don't eat deer bones, you don't eat seal bones, you don't, all of those. The what my parents used to do is take the long bones of deer, and I think the Athabascans do the same with moose. Is to take the long bones, cut it up, Of course, with the moose, you have to use a saw, but with the deer bones, my dad used to just use a hatchet to break it up and then cook it, cook it for a long, long time. And then we used to take the bones and chew on whatever meat is left on there. And so the calcium leaches into the food. So again, referring to the picture, you can see the men have nice straight legs. They were tall. They tend to look at us as being more tall than other natives, the way they're built and the way that we look. The Haidas and the Tsimshians and the Tlinkits, I think, are quite tall because of the way that we cooked our food, to include all the bones. When we got a large halibut, not the gigantic ones, but the kind of large one, my parents would cut the meat off and we would dry that if we had to. Then my dad would take the backbone and just put it in the smokehouse and smoke the backbone. Then my mom would cut up the backbone and cook it. So after it's cooked, you can lift out the bones and you have only the meat, and it is so delicious. Plus you're getting all that calcium. Calcium works with your muscles to keep them healthy. You need it. Sometimes we think of the fact that calcium is needed for the bones and have good, straight, and strong bones, but it also helps with, of course, the heart, and it helps when your muscles contract, and it's needed for that. Also, we talked about a little bit with vitamin K to have the calcium to help with the blood clotting. So that's important for any surgery or whatever cuts you might have to. The calcium helps to work to make your blood clot easily and right away, so that you don't lose a lot of blood.
Quick time check. Shaksanikik, we're at 3 minutes till.
Okay. It protects your heart too, and also helps to fight cancer. And iron, you have the seal. If you eat seal meat, you're getting a lot of iron. Seals have to dive for about 20 minutes. Their lungs aren't that big. So what they do is they store the iron in their body, and that's what makes the meat so black. And it's in the fat, and it's in all parts of the body. Iron also is important for your blood, so that it can carry the oxygen to keep it healthy. And iron is found in abundance in bone marrow. And I just used to just love that. Everybody I talked to and have eaten it it's really happy because some people use it as butter. I never did get that much. I was so busy eating it when I got it. And it appears in a lot of the food, especially liver. So for liver, you can mark down all the B vitamins and B12. Vitamin C even is in liver, and calcium and iron. A lot of iron, especially. Probably not so much calcium in liver, but really a lot of iron in the liver. So when you look at your list, an overabundance of nutrients are found in liver. So if you don't like liver, you better learn to eat it. I don't think I really covered all of it, but I tried to give you the highlights of each one of those. That was important. There are a lot more nutrients involved in taking care of you, but I just touched on the main ones, and I mean just touched on it. So if you have any questions, you can save it and we can go over it next week. I know there'll be a question about octopus. I don't know what ingredients are in there, and maybe I can find out, but we can talk about sea cucumber and some of those that I haven't had experience with.
Yeah, that was so good. I know that I have questions. I noted them and I'll ask on Tuesday. And today was packed full of information. So for sharing all she has about nutrients, how to keep our bodies and our children healthy, even tips on harvesting. So we'll see you all again on Tuesday here on the same Zoom link at 12 p.m.